So let's talk about the first quarter of 2024. Let's talk about the first couple of months, what's coming here on the show, what's coming on Music Mondays, major updates, things like that. So we'll be refreshing our social graphics relatively soon. You'll see not like a new logo or anything like that. We're gonna keep the same logo, but just a little refresh. Maybe like a new header and things like that. So expect a little refresh and revamp in the coming weeks. That'll be like one major thing for like um January, February. And then one other like major thing is I've been looking at merch providers, kind of talking to a couple people to get some exclusive Music Mondays merch made. Because that was really like the biggest goal with the Patreon. Because the Patreon has just been really accumulating funds, and this is the best way that I think that we can give back to not only the community but our Patreons as well. So we're gonna be looking into Music Money's merch and just really doing a basic, 25 to like 30T kind of lineup, and then see where that goes. And then of course we're gonna hook up all of our Patreons as well for whoever's subscribed at the time. So make sure you go check out our Patreon if you're interested in Music Money's merch. Um, but that's going to be something that comes January, February as well. Just need to get a couple of answers and a couple of quality tests. Just because I know with merch, like it's not, it's one of those things that it's hard to nail it the first time every time. But if you can get like a good start, you're usually pretty good to go. Because even if the first drop is kind of like meh, like I think you could just make it work, switch distributors, things like that. You know what I mean? It's a very like throw whatever at the wall and see what sticks kind of deal. And a lot of people kind of have a lot of good plugs for merch, so we're definitely gonna try to hook you guys up when it comes to that. So those are like two really big things. So social media rebrand, Music Money's merch. Of course, your regular Patreon updates will be standard as well. And then Cyberfest 2. So now the year has finally turned. The year has finally turned. So we had Cyberfest 1 in 2022, and we had such a stacked 2023 that we didn't end up fitting it in. Like, to be honest with you, we had so many events. I had to run so many events. We had a lot of like backed up content, lots of new members, lots of new everything, right? Like 2023 was pretty stacked. So we found it best to hold off on Cyberfest 2 just because the first event went really well, so we didn't really want to tarnish it by like doing a rushed event or anything like that. I wasn't really into that. So I spoke it over with the team, and ultimately we really decided that it was best to just hold off until next year, which is 2024. So that's on the table again as well. So expect some further announcements when it comes down to that. I have to talk to the squad. I haven't talked to them in the new year yet, so once I get some staff opinions, we'll be able to talk about Cyberfest 2 and how that's coming along. And then, of course, you can expect your usual monthly and weekly content. Brand new YouTube uploads, Feature Friday, Workshop Wednesday, podcast always, SoundCloud Sunday. We're going to be looking into our first official Spotify playlist as well, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Written articles, in case you missed it monthly, guests here on the show, a couple of other things that are like standard, but obviously definitely want to make sure you guys are aware. But yeah, those are like the big things heading into the first quarter of this year. So like January, February, March, those are like the major players that you should be looking out for. So social media rebrand, Music Money's merch, and Cyberfest 2. And then, of course, like I said, your standard monthly and weekly content will always be there. But yeah, a couple of big changes, a couple of big exciting things coming up. So we're really excited to show the community really what the point of all this is. You know what I mean? It's finally getting to that area where we can show you guys like the fun stuff. You know what I mean? The real fun stuff. So I'm definitely excited. That's the first like quarter of 2024 layout. So that'll probably be uploaded on the YouTube channel. So definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Definitely like the video and subscribe because I think we're like 3 subs off of 240. So we're cruising on the way to 250, man. Make sure you subscribe, do all that good stuff, and let's get it. So